Hey, what's up, guys? So, RTA is on the horizon. We're gonna get it in what, like 3 weeks or so? 2, 3 weeks? Towards the end of December. So I figured I'd do a video just kind of talking about it. I had to work during the live stream, but I came back and I watched the VOD, so I kind of seen how it works and all that stuff. Stream wasn't too bad. I mean, it's good that they addressed problems, but we all know, like, those two guys they can't do anything about it. I mean, I guess we just kind of have to take their word that Smilegate's paying attention. I mean, we already knew that because they released, quick fix for that. So we already knew they were listening. We already knew that they had problems. So talking about it with the stream, like, really didn't serve any purpose. But besides the point, I'm really looking forward to RTA. I'm kind of bummed out that there's really no point in doing it other than just to do it to have fun. But for me and other content creators, it's content. So if I don't have a video to make, I could just go record some RTA and upload it, which is pretty cool. It might keep me invested into this game a little bit longer. As you can see, I have 7 Sky Stones because I'm not spending any money. I did happen to just pull Elena. Like, I was like 30 or so from pity, and I was just using the stuff that I farmed, not paying anything. So I was able to still get her. She's not a priority build for me right now. And with the way I think RTA works, like I can already tell that I'm going to be at a disadvantage because I know a lot of the upper tier players watch my videos, and those people know I don't have Arbiter Vildred. Like, they already know that. So, going and invite these people, they just first pick SSB, right? And then I obviously can't take Arbiter Vildred from them. So, they basically, like, SSB is one of my strongest units right now. So, I can't even pick, like, Arbiter Vildred if they first pick SSB, and then they just pick Arbiter Vildred next time. So I'm forced to pick and choose between banning SSB and Arbiter Vildred. So I have to determine a comp that's good for dealing with that, because more than likely I'm going to put this fucker in there, right? And then he's going to get banned. And I would probably, in that situation, ban SSB. Because SSB is cancer. And Arbiter Vildred, I can just get him to kill himself. He'll never be able to really pop S3, because I'll be safe behind MLK. So it's going to be interesting. You definitely want a diverse unit pool. It depends on who you're fighting, because, like, I know in the upper tier of RTA, it's going to be who gets what, pretty much, right? I don't think team comps that, like, are specifically going to cleave, like, if you were to use this unit and then, like, set up CR push in the cleave, like, if your opponent knows what you're doing, they could stop what you're doing. So I don't think cleaves are going to be very relevant in terms of, like, CR push into defense break into whatever, because, yeah, sure, you could pick 2 cleavers, but then they just ban, like, your defense break or something. Or you pick 2 CR pushers, so they just ban your cleaver. So I don't think that is going to work unless, I don't know, you try some weird shenanigans and have a cleaver fire Shuri or something, just kind of go off the wall. They think he's a CR pusher, but he's actually your cleaver. That may be a way you can make people think you're trying to cleave in that situation. But I don't know. I think bruisers are going to reign supreme. So I just figured I'm going to go through and just talk about some units that I think will be great in RTA. Obviously, SSB is going to be great in RTA because she's stupid. I do think DJ Basar, don't mind his gear, he's just holding stuff right now. But I think he'll be decent as well. I think she'll be decent. I think pretty much any ML5 will be decent in RTA, depending on what you have with it, what you're going up against. I think they all have their uses. I'm not sure about Jake Heisei. Maybe if you build more of a bruiser-esque Jaycise, mine's just kind of holding gear, but she does good damage with good speed as well. So like, I was using her, this is the gear I threw on her while I was leveling her, just so she could help kill trash and stuff. But I kind of like this build on her. She's a fast DPS. But if I was going to use her to cleave, I would just swap out these boots. But thing is, I need a good amount of crit set. And, you know, I would like immunity too, so I'm still working around with Jaycise. She's my Mola project. I'm moling her right now, as you can see. I'm trying to max her out, but I think she might be able to be used in RTA. I just think it's going to be more of a bruiser style. If you can have some kind of strip and use with her cooldown reset is very strong still. So I think that's going to be good in RTA, but she's not going to be a cleaver. Like, she's going to be a bruiser. And I think a bruiser style Jaycise could actually be pretty fun to use. And then, of course, Fallen Cecilia is going to be good. I do think fire units are going to have a lot more potential in RTA than they do now. We have a lot of really strong fire units in the game. They're just overshadowed in the current quote-unquote PvP content that we have in the game right now. Dizzy is not going to be an RTA, at least not in the beginning. If you don't get SSB on your team, there's like you're going to ban her like 90% of the time. Which makes fire units a very good pick. Because there's a lot of really good green units in the game right now. Like a lot of them. Not including Bike in here, but Violet is going to be a great RTA unit. I think Vivian will be pretty good in RTA as well. She brings attack buff and immunity. Charles, of course, is going to be great in RTA. And then you have Iseria, who's good on her own. Iseria Tam combo can be good in RTA. If you think about it. Granted, yes, you can just ban one or the other. But, like, Tamarin paired with Lilius is still pretty good, I think. Even without Iseria being there. So you can come up with some cool team synergy that doesn't fall apart if Iseria or Tam gets banned out. And then, obviously, like, Euphine is great. So basically what I'm getting at here is there's a lot of really good green units. Even Sid. And even possibly Armin is good in there. Lilibet counterpick into Revivers. I think she's going to be good. Ludwig might be good. Basar, maybe. Thing is, like, Basar is another unit that's going to be a high priority ban. Because usually you're looking for something to follow up on him. If you ban him, then they don't have a strip anymore. And I think that really hurts a lot of teams. Unless they're picking, like, Oxlots, Jaycise, Basar, Tywin, and, you know, probably Arbiter Vildred. That team could be cancer. Because even if you, literally you could ban anything there and you're still in trouble. So, it depends. It depends. I don't even know who I would ban in that situation. So let's list it out again. Like Tywin, Basar, Oxlots, Jaycise, Arbiter Vildred. I don't know, man. That seems like a really good team to pick. Because you can still cleave without the Tywin. If you get rid of the defense break, you could, the cleave is still there. If you get rid of the Basar, they could still CR push in the Jaycise and have Arbiter Vildred for the cleanup. If you ban the Oxlots, they still have a Basar into Tywin into... Well, I guess that might work. Because there's no CR push for Arbiter Vildred, no CR push for Jaycise. So you could potentially just kill their cleaver before they go. So maybe I would ban Oxlots in that situation. I don't know, we'll just have to see. But yeah, going back to units that are good, I think literally every unit in the game can be used in RTA. If you use it correctly. If you build it a very cool way. A lot of these units are going to be good. Particularly, like, I think Clurry is definitely going to be top tier. If you haven't built Clurry yet, you should start. I'm about to start. Like I said, I just pulled this guy. So this is my current project. Him and S10. I think S10 is going to be good too. So I'm working on both of these. Right now I got a 6-star her. I actually think Chaos Inquisitor could be pretty good in there too. So it's going to be interesting. You're going to want to like gear out as many units as you can and try and counterpick. I think Champion Zerato will be very good. I don't know. I'm looking forward to it. I don't think, like... He might be decent in RTA. Maybe. I don't think the Protector units are really going to do phenomenally. Personally, like... I think you're going to want to do damage. I don't think you're going to want to protect targets. Because I don't, like, if you're playing against another player, that protection's probably not going to be enough. Because they're going to go for the right thing. So, it's going to be interesting. Neutral element's going to be really good. Counter picks and etc, etc. My girl Yuna's going to be good in there too, for obvious reasons. Because no one is going to pick her, hardly. Which is going to be nice. She can definitely be, since I know a lot of people don't have her built, so she's going to be a nice pocket pick for me. That's just overall good. Like one of my last picks. So if I was to pick first, I'd most likely pick Yuna last, because people aren't going to take Yuna from me like 98% of the time. So it's going to be interesting. If I were to give you guys some advice, I would try and build as many units as you can right now. We'll probably get free equip when RTA rolls out, and then we can optimize where our gear is. I would try to use units for multiple things. So, like, units that you have in Guild War Defense should be prime units to use in RTA, because they're going to have your best gear, right? Most circumstances. So, keep that in mind when you're building your arena defense and your Guild War defense. All those units should be great picks into RTA as well, because they're all going to have your best gear. You don't want to be moving gear around to do RTA. And then build other units that can be used in there as well. I would prioritize like Bruiser-esque units. I think Bruisers are going to be really good. But we don't know for sure until it's out. I never did RTA in Summoner's War. So we'll just have to see what it's like over here. I think Lilius will also be very good in there too. Units that do quirky things, you know, like Lilius is she can provide protection, the dual attacks, she can CC, and she can cleanse. Like her kit is stacked, right? Look for units like that. But that's really all I wanted to talk about. It's kind of like my thoughts on RTA so far. I think Watcher Shuri might actually be decent in there too. It's going to be interesting. Hell, this guy might even be interesting in there. I don't know. It's going to be fun experimenting. But let me know what you guys are thinking about RTA down in the comments. What kind of teams you're thinking about doing. What kind of units you want to use. Do you think a unit can be good in there? Like Guider Aether I think could be good in there. There's so many different things, man. I don't think really defensive units are going to be great. Everything's going to want to do some kind of damage, I think. You don't want a unit that's going to be just there to protect stuff. The only thing, like, unless it's keeping stuff alive with heals or whatever, or it's something like Fallen Cecilia. Red Cecilia might be decent too. I would just say if you're going to build a defensive-oriented unit, make sure they can hold their own and do some damage as well. That's just my recommendation when you're looking for stuff to build. But I guess with that being said, thanks for watching. This was just kind of a quick Let's Talk video about RTA. If you want me to put out any other kind of RTA content prior to it coming out, maybe theory crafting teams, or maybe like more in-depth looks on units, I think that will be good in RTA and why. Like, if you want me to do stuff like that, let me know down in the comments. And if you have any suggestion on what unit you would like me to do first, let me know. Obviously, right now I'm not doing much content because there's really not much to do. World Boss sucks, and everyone's upset. I've already voiced my opinions on that. Deanne's coming back. I have mixed opinions on that. So, yeah, just let me know what you guys think, and let me know what you want to see. Like, comment, subscribe. Peace out.